Thank you all for listening so intently. Have you all got any questions? If you don't understand anything, we'll try to answer the questions. So anybody with any questions, please. I'll let, yes, Jeannie.
I noticed that there's not a lot, there's no posters up. I was just at FX. I think it would be good to get posters up and plaster them all over like we do when we advertise other events in Negril. I was just at FX Traders and I said to the girl, I'm on my way to a meeting about the reef and the beach. And she said, what's going on? A lot of people don't know. And yeah, I think we need to get the word out in an organized fashion, just like we do when we promote events.
Thanks, Jeannie. Mary, any? We'll take that on board. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm just wondering if anybody knows how far the government is into the plan? Is this just in the consultation, or do they ready to go? What are we with that?
The EIA was published, the environmental assessment has been published on the NEPA website. They're supposed to call a public consultation meeting here in Negril, which is what we're asking everybody to come and learn beforehand so that you come informed to come to that meeting, say what you want to say. We've got most of this information out of the EIA. We're not scientists, so there's a lot of stuff we don't understand. We've got one review from one person so far. There are others reviewing it. It has not been officially approved, but they do want to go ahead with it because the grant was approved. And if they don't spend the money, they're going to lose the grant. They don't want to lose the 5.4 million, isn't that correct, Nepal? The PIOJ, I don't know if anybody's here, but they don't want to lose that. But we think that
Who does the grant come from?
it comes from the Adaptation Fund, which was set up. No, it's an international adaptation fund. It was set up under the United Nations to address climate change.
So doesn't it cost more than the 5 million or the whatever?
Well, Negril contributes way more than 5.4 million to the Jamaican economy. So, no, it does not come out. No. It's a grant. It comes from, I think it's the G8 countries that contribute to this grant, and different countries, they accessed almost $10 million.
Isn't that IMF?
No, it's a different.
I'd just like to know if there's any possible positive effects to putting out the breakwater, to erecting it. Is there any?
There could be positive effects, but they haven't really done the proper testing for us to know. And it's because it's never really been done there in Jamaica and at that depth, and we haven't really seen, because you can take it into a lab and do the tests with the currents and everything. So they're saying it's going to give us back, is it 48 meters of sand? Sorry, go ahead.
They expect that this breakwater will accrete, which means it will build up to 48 meters of sand. The reason I doubt that highly is that all the tests from way before, and even in this EIA, say that the sand production in Negril is very low. So where is this sand going to come from? If it did accrete some sand, it has to come from somewhere, because we're not producing it, because we've ruined the environment that produces that sand. So that means that it's going to take sand from somebody else's beach in Long Bay to accrete it in front of this breakwater. That doesn't make any sense.
The other thing that was said, that you will only gain like a mile and a half of beach, proper beach, isn't it protected? Just 1.5 miles off the 7-mile stretch, these 2 breakwaters. So what happened to the other 5.5 miles? They don't matter.
Well, is there a successive plan after the first one?
No, we don't know. Nobody knows. Everything is up in the air at the minute. Even if the hurricane comes and take the boulders that they've put and blow them back on the beach, who's going to remove them? They'll tell you they have no money to move them. In the businesses or whatever, wherever it's going to blow. Yeah. So those are questions you need to ask. So obviously, yes, there's some positivity, but to the detriment of who or what. Any more questions?
One question, or maybe 2. Is it that they actually got the go-ahead to do the Breakwater program? Because I saw a sign one day posted on the, okay, so they actually got the go-ahead to do that. Because I'm saying that persons were not sufficiently notified of that. Because I was just coming from work one day and I saw it and I was like, wow.
We are all surprised. This is the reason why we are having this. Because it says also that they should have proper consultation with the community, and they should have the community on board.
Actually, the sign says they will be implementing the structure.
That's a very good question. If you look online under the Adaptation Fund website, there is a proposal that was put into them from June 2012, where this project was put in detail to the Adaptation Fund for approval for this loan. And the PIOJ states clearly that they consulted with stakeholders here in Negril and that they were for it. So if they were for it, why are these same people now coming forward and saying, we don't know anything about this, we don't want this? If they had known about it, don't you think they'd remember something of this nature? Sorry.
Any more questions?
Back to the grant money. Is the grant money specifically for breakwater, or could it be used for beach nourishment instead? Could it be used to repair the morass?
It states that it's to address climate change, and the proposal you're required to give all the information and say the Adaptation Fund requires that they actually submit designs, proposals, etc. in detail, and it clearly states that it is for breakwaters. They even said that the Negril community preferred to have hard structures over beach nourishment. When the study that was done, that was paid for by this community, by Smith Warner, clearly states that the preferred solution to the problems here in Negril was always beach nourishment, along with addressing the water quality issues in the morass.
Any more questions?
I have a suggestion.
Yes?
I think you kind of need a public awareness campaign bigger than what's going on now. Kind of sensitize people towards the issues. You kind of pose a for or against thing, you know, pit people against each other, but really you have to make a choice. What do you think about this? Why you think it should work or why you think it shouldn't work? And have an honest discussion about that. So this can work, but you need about 50 more of these. I can reach people, but my voice, I will get tired talking to people about the issue. If we talk for 5 minutes and say, listen, this is going on, this is what the deal is, and let people kind of decide. You have the forum, more will come if they're informed. Because right now people walking past going, what going on over there, so? They don't know. And they want to go to the beach, they want to do all of this. They need a voice, but they need to be informed about pros and cons. What good feet, what bad feet. Whether you like or agree with the good or the bad, make people kind of decide.
Yes.
I have a question. Economically, how could this affect Negril?
Okay, it's a good question. The thing is, all right, let's take away the environmental part of it, okay? How is it going to affect Negril apart from the environmental part? I'm not sure if everybody understands this, but Negril is the second employer of people in Jamaica. Did you know that? Apart from Kingston, we employ more people in Negril than any other place in Jamaica. Now, what is going to be the outcome? Already, this project is on TripAdvisor. Already people are saying, can we go diving? Why? You know, look like the dive site, them I go home, you know. Oh, honey, let's go somewhere else this year. Let's give Negril a miss. Can we afford that? We reckon, we don't have all the figures, but we reckon that Negril produces $500 million a year. We employ the second most people. So I would hate for somebody to sit down and figure out how much tax we contribute to the national budget. My question is, right now we're trying to deal with the IMF. Can Jamaica really afford this right now? I'm not even talking about Negril right now. I'm just talking about Jamaica. Can we afford to lose this income? Right? So yes, the financial impact will be very big. And I don't care what anybody wants to say. A lot of people who come and visit Negril, they visit it for the natural beauty. They don't want to see no cranes out there. They don't want to see no dredging. They don't want to see no landfilling. They don't want to see no rock stone in the sea. They want to see a natural environment.
Speaking about the time, the NWA estimates this project would take them 11 months to complete. Beach nourishment will take 1 month. 1 month for the entire Long Bay. If we took the costings that were presented for beach nourishment, always included Long Bay plus Bloody Bay. Bloody Bay doesn't need it right now, so we could do Long Bay, it would be a lot less. And the dredges are already here in the Caribbean, so it'll be even less expensive because we don't have to get them all the way from Europe over here.
Have they chose the company or the dredging company for this project yet?
We don't know.
And who has the contract for moving all these rocks to?
I know we were at a resort board meeting, and the first we heard of it was a presentation given by CX Solutions. CL Environment. They gave a presentation about all this, and everybody in the meeting was just go, what is happening? And that's the first time we heard about it. Sorry.
Once they did have this test where they treated some sand down here on the beach. What was the outcome of this? Do you know anything about this?
We've been asking NEPA for the results of the shore lock that they put on the beach that we didn't want tested here. It's not patented. It's not been tested independently, but they used us as a guinea pig. And we cannot get any results from them for that. Thank you.
Did that answer your question? Any more questions? Sorry.
Based on my experience with construction in this country, I've realized that nothing they start, they ever finish it on the time that they set for it. We all maybe heard of the demonstration back on that side there with the road. Now, we all travel most of the time through the White House area, Bluefields and Belmont, and we see the condition of the road. It's many years ago, from what I heard, that money has been allotted to fix that road, and right now that road is on pause. Now, is it the same thing that's going to be happening with this breakwater system that they have proposed? I'm sure that Negril cannot encounter that. There's one big question, as our environmentalists have said, is that people will be asking questions. One question they will surely ask, is it safe for me to swim in this water with my children? Now, if there's no beach, no water, there's no need to come to Negril. So we have to really take this thing serious more than what it really is.
Another thing is, I know there's a lot of people that are out of work and maybe want work, and maybe thinking this project coming to Negril, they might give them some work. Yes, it might, but for how long? And how sustainable is it going to be? I mean, you'd rather have a nice beach with people coming all the time, or just have job for 9 months, as they say? And now, will they bring all the workers from outside, or will they employ Negril people? Who knows? All this thing is up in the air.
Experience will tell us that it's outsiders.
It's outsiders, obviously.
This is just the first meeting. We will have more. We'll give more notice. This is something we haven't done before. We're trying. I believe that it will be on CVM TV tomorrow night, live at 7. They're having a program. They invited NWA. They refused to come on. They said they're only the project managers. I just heard from the producer that NEPA has also refused to take part. However, we're very willing to take part. So we will be on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Just one other point to take note. NWA is supposed to be managing the project. Look at our roads. Exactly. Can they manage the roads? How are they going to manage the sea?
Hi, my name is Cindy Zellen, and I live on the West End, and other than the environmental aspect of it, I'm worried about the road being blocked. Anybody that knows, going through by Corner Bar there during rush hour is a nightmare already. Several times I have a scooter, I take the back road because of all the traffic. That road can't, I think of the beer truck in front of the Chinaman store, how much that causes a conflict when people are trying to get through. It's going to be very difficult for people coming and going to work, kids going to school, delivery trucks or garbage trucks, any kind of deliveries that are made. The bars and restaurants, the small businesses, how will they survive? People won't want to go to the West End because of the construction. They're not going to want to see the construction. They're not going to want to have to deal with the traffic. And that alarms me. People work on the beach, they live on the West End, they're going to have to get to work. If you want to go to Savlamar, you have to get through that traffic. Not to mention what the trucks are going to do to those roads. Those roads are they're not good the way they are. And then you add all that traffic every day for a year, 24 truck roads of boulders. Our roads will be a mess when they get finished, and they don't have the money to fix them, so we'd have to live with it. And it would take a long time to build back the West End. It's just coming back now, and people are starting their businesses, small businesses, and they're thriving. And it would just be detrimental to the rest of the community. It's going to lose a lot of money, and people aren't going to stay there. So anyway, thank you.